Hello, and welcome back to Metro Exodus. We continue with episode number 2. In the
Well, it
previous
has been
episode,
years since anyone's heard anything but static and white noise on the radio. Who could still believe we are not alone on this earth? My wife, my comrades from the Order, my friends, people from my station. Nobody believes me. They are sure that there's nothing on the radio. Sure that save for us who hid in Moscow Metro, there were no survivors of the last war. We are alone on this planet. And in the Metro, it's common knowledge. But I did hear that call on the radio with my own ears. Yes, it was immediately drowned out by the static. But I had heard it. Which means that somewhere out there, under the skies, there's still a habitable place. We're not doomed to live the rest of our lives underground. Still, nobody believes me.
that's a very nice recap.
Great job, Artyom. We're inside. You can take the mask off, Artyom. Now we have to find Yermak.
So yeah, we basically just started the game. We did not go too far. Once again, I do want to check if I can make... But that's aim mode, it's not the same. Crouch toggle, it's C. Ah! Okay, different button. Yeah, we discovered that the whole, like, why we never heard any sounds or any signals outside is because there was a jammer. Yeah, which we have now turned off. We also have seen people from not Moscow. Unfortunately, those people were almost immediately killed, which is sad. There was nothing we could have done for them. Although we tried, and that's how Artyom almost got dead. But we now making our way back to... we made our way back to Anya. And we are looking for a way out of this Hansa outpost. Now, to all personnel of the SHIELD Project Special Guard Detail. In recent years, there's been a noticeable increase in the number of attempts to breach our defenses by spies and enemy agents belonging to previously uncommon demographics: women, old people, teenagers. This serves to prove the utmost efficiency of the Special Detail's defense effort, leaving the enemies no chance to ever achieving their goals of mapping our defense perimeter and carrying out sabotage by employing standard tactics. For that reason, all members of Special Guard Detail personnel must carry out their duties responsibly and never falter in applying the special measures to any and all enemy agents detained. Remember, the enemy is resourceful and deceitful. The enemy is desperate enough as to throw the last reserves into battle. Still, the enemy resources are still vast, and the corner threat is only more dangerous. Defense Council.
Artyom, they got Yermak. We have to get closer. If you get closer, I'll distract them while you rescue the old man.
Yeah, there is no way I can get there.
Artyom, try going
It's
down
too
the
bright.
ahead. Just be careful.
Is somebody guarding Yermak? Yes, sir. Mika is watching him. Captain, sir, if I may have permission to speak, this Yermak is one shady character. What was he doing? It's only setting off tomorrow. We'll find out. First, we handle the attackers.
I'm telling you, there was a noise from behind the gate.
There's nobody out there, that's for sure. It's the outside gate, so it could only be watchmen.
What if it's the attackers?
Well, then those watchmen just have a nice meal and we don't have to worry.
Ah, that's great. He's been acting way too suspicious lately.
So nice not to expect.
Group A, report your status.
What the hell is this? We stay here for a long time.
Group D, continue patrolling the hangar. Group A, check the courtyard and generator room. Communications were lost there.
Damn, and how many guards do they have?
They just had to attack now, these fuckers. Now I'll be stuck here for at least a week longer. It's been over a month already, and I feel like shit. I should see the doctor.
You should tell the Major. Might be time for your transfusion.
Transfusion my ass. That's pretty obvious. We only get iodine.
We'll get some then.
Nice and easy. Let's not draw a lot of attention to us. Damn, the graphics is beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I can assume that the ray tracing looks even better. Well, I guess it will be a nice.
Redeploy to the wind turbine zone.
It will be a nice reason to revisit the game later.
I repeat, Group D redeploy to the wind turbine zone immediately. Group B is under heavy attack from watchmen.
Around now.
Does that mean you're going to ready the train for me?
What's the matter with you today? Why do you even want to do that now? You only had an outage planned for tomorrow, and it's bound to be cancelled now. Just stay put for now. We'll have to have a long talk later about breaking the rules.
Did you ever have a chance to relax like this before? I can't think so. Oh, not getting shot at sure is nice for a change.
Is there someone guarding him? Yeah, there is a dude.
All clear.
Am I glad to see you here?
Are you all right?
I'm fine, thank you. All right, we don't have much time. They'll be back. I'll go to the engine. It should be ready now.
Okay.
You go up there
Come
and
on,
switch the
Jim.
turntable mechanism on. And please, be careful. We could easily have the whole base on us.
Heads up! It's the enemy!
More guards.
I see him there! I see him! The enemy's down there!
Probably should help her, right?
That's what he was after.
There goes Vados! He's there! There he is! We have a man down! That's what he was hiding. The enemy is behind me! Stand down! Guys, look! He's pinned down! Circle him!
I see nobody.
We have a company! It's over there! Behind those crates! Medic! The enemy was in those crates.
turn the turntable on.
Oh, give me a gosh darn minute.
Come on, Artyom. Turn the turntable on. Artyom, we've no time. Turn it on.
Nobody of these guys. Oh yeah, there it is.
Alert! All groups, to the hangar!
I see the enemy! Get down here! I'm hit!
Shit, they're stealing the fucking train! Cartridge generator! Do it, now!
What? Damn!
Oh, oh.
Don't let go, Artyom! Ah! That was intense. Are you okay?
Hey, there's a manual drive on the platform. It's hard to drive.
Artyom!
But it's just a little bit.
More guards! Get them! Help me out here, Artyom! Let's do this together!
I mean, I don't mind.
Just a little. Yes.
I think we should jump on.
Run!
Kill them!
Artyom, come on! Yes.
Do you mind getting away from the door?
We're going to ram the gate!
You should put the masks on. The seals might be damaged.
We did it! Yeah!
That's no good. Yeah, famous last words, aren't they?
We apprehended the engineer with 2 accomplices. Over. Roger that, base. Over. Alright, shoot these 2. And as for the engineer...
What do you mean, shoot these two? Is
Don't
this
you
the right
dare
or
give me
something?
lip, soldier!
Here, the Colonel will give you a piece of his mind now. Colonel, sir, we have a situation here.
Honor!
Dad! Guys! It's us! Help us!
What the hell?
Artyom, what are you doing here? Talk about
Colonel,
surprise.
this will mean court-martial for all of you.
Alright, everyone, shut up! I can't believe this. Just can't. Shit!
So this is true? You're working for
Dude has no
them?
filters.
The bastards shot
Be
Artyom!
quiet!
They...
How did you end up here? It doesn't matter. You have no idea what you just stuck your heads in. We've no moves left. Hansa can't take this lying down.
shit,
The Watchers
Sherlock.
won't let
No, I won't be quiet! What is this jammer for? Why are they hiding the fact that Moscow didn't survive alone? There,
What is
in the
Alyosha talking
ravine,
about,
there are
sir?
people
This
from
is not
other
a single
cities,
force.
dead! All of
Everyone
them,
shut up!
women, children!
I'll tell you all later. Everything. Gramps, what's going on out there? Down this road? The road is fine, at least until 100 click mark. Is there a safe place to stop nearby? Of course. We have to make haste though. They called the cruiser. All right, gentlemen.
Artyom and Anna have just made a huge mess, and they can't go back to Moscow now. The wartime legislation dictates they'd be killed. In any case, I have to get them out of town until it all blows over. But you all should stay. Hear me, Major? My people are in no way related to
It's not my
this
call, and you know it.
misunderstanding.
Well,
at the
I'll
jam.
fight for the guys no matter what.
Of course, Artyom, Anna, they are
The
with us.
orderlies, no one behind.
All right, Spartans, throw these overboard and full steam ahead.
Come with me, Artyom.
How do you
Let's catch some air.
how do you expect this thing to just blow over?
I'm so glad the boys supported us. It looks like my father didn't say a word to them about this either. We spent 20 years in Metro, thinking the rest of the world was burnt to a crisp in the war. But they just circled Moscow with those jammers, and we were none the wiser. How perfect of them! While you were getting irradiated on the surface, my father just kept lying. Lying to you, to me, to everyone, the whole fucking world, and not even batting an eye.
Damn! They caught up!
Stop the engine immediately and come out with your hands above your head.
Holy damn.
That was just a warning. If you do not comply, we will shoot to kill.
Fuck me, that's some armor. And look at all the machine guns.
Happy now? Is this what you were hoping
How
for?
is this his fault? You knew everything and never said
Shit!
This is our last warning. Stop the engine immediately.
Oh, fuck! Are you okay? Yeah, just a scratch.
Okay, we are stopping. But I must warn you, our brakes are not in great condition. Yermak, start slowing down. Let them think we are surrendering. Yes, sir.
Finally some good sense. Now, keep braking to a stop.
Well, grenades will barely scratch their paint, so
How about from the inside?
not enough explosives. Unless we put everything we have in their firebox.
Please, let me do it, Colonel, sir. I will be appointing the volunteers here. Artyom will do it.
Of course.
Artyom!
Because he started it all, and he better do something about it. Artyom, leap over as soon as we slow down.
I doubt I started to build wise.
Plastic explosives.
you,
Reload.
Cut this shit, Miller. There's nowhere to go. You've never been out here. We have.
We weren't going to go far, just out of town for a bit till the excitement quiets down. And you just opened fire. Will you let us go if we stop?
I have to detain you and bring you back to face trial. You do understand the charges you're facing, right? Desertion. Treason.
Are you fucking kidding me? Me? A traitor?
You tell me, where are you taking that train, huh? On a simple joyride? No. I see only one answer. You've been bought and you're running back to your masters.
So the verdict has already been passed. We won't even see a trial.
Cut that shit out. What are you carrying, maps? Defense plans? You want to buy yourself a seaside retirement without life, you damn cripple?
Plans? Treason? We have served you people without question for years. We have spilled our blood for the cause.
You sold out. They destroyed us and you...
I have been a soldier my whole life. I have dedicated my life to my people, my country. But I'll be damned if I give it to parasites like you.
I'm pretty much sure it's not that easy to knock person out.
I hoped it wouldn't get to this. You don't know? Some assholes stole an engine of ours and are trying to escape Moscow. So we are after them. Huh? What was that? Hank? I give up! I give up!
Don't shoot! I surrender! Just don't kill me, please.
Okay, I did not expect that, to be honest. I also did not expect his body to disappear. Official letter. The Commonwealth of the Stations of the Ring Line, Treasury, to Lieutenant Colonel Taubman, Special Mobile Strike Force Commander. Colonel, I have confirmed the emergency remittance of 6,000 mil grade 6.62 rounds in 200 round belts as per the requisition form 764/35 you submit. But I must remind you of the imminent consequences should this transaction not result in a resounding success. Your operations, although not devoid of certain flair and thus standing to be reviewed favorably, have been a consistent strain on our budget. The present remittance is an overdraft allowed only due to the credit of trust your record has granted you and will be scrutinized up at the nearest board meeting. I hope you understand that this time you positively must produce a satisfactory return of this investment. Signed, Volashkovsky, Treasurer. A guy's pissed.
We're getting closer. Unit 13 has it ready. Unit 13, attention.
Time's up, Colonel Miller. Easy. We are slowing down. But the brakes on this thing are busted.
Don't sweat it, Colonel. My people will help you handle it.
And how am I gonna resolve this situation?
On my mark. On the count of 3.
Yermak, get ready to hit the brakes.
1, 2,
Wait.
3.
Now! Artyom, keep going. This just got serious.
What the? Brakes! Hit the brakes! Stop, you asshole!
The brakes are working again.
You goddamn bastard should have shot you on the spot!
Why didn't you? Orders to take me alive?
Grant the order to take alive! Fire! Shoot and kill! Attack
Goodbye.
visible targets only! And
Yeah,
mind the
these
engine!
rails
Don't
are
hit the
not doing
boiler!
good.
I tried to treat you humanely!
What good was in trouble?
Just out of common courtesy to an ex-colleague. I told you...
Heads up! Enemy on the train!
You motherfucker! Now you've done it! You, your lackeys, your daughters, you'll all be treated not like deserters, but like rabid dogs! A bullet for each of you! I'm shooting you personally through your forehead, you damn cripple! Forget about visible targets! Make Swiss cheese out of the thing! Fire at will!
Come on, they're going to tear us to pieces.
Anyone else? Crumpled note. Yasha, they're onto something. I could only swap 2 belts, they kept too close a watch. Make sure you spend them, cause they'll be taking the whole shipment back to the treasury this time. This gig was fun while it lasted, time to split before we're put in the red list.
Are you assholes asleep? They're already here! If they reach the engine, I will shoot you myself!
Artyom, place the bomb as
Don't
close
shoot!
to the
Don't
boiler
shoot!
as you
I'm
can.
with the stalker. I'm not with him. They made me. Just don't shoot! Just don't shoot, please!
Hold on!
Should we seek cover? Because this thing is not going very slow. Surprisingly, the explosion actually sped it up a little bit.
Oh my god, Artyom! Thank goodness you're okay!
Yeah, let's wait how that will blow over, eh?
Now we are not just traitors. We are honest-to-God enemy saboteurs.
We stopped 100 clicks from Moscow to check our Geiger counters. The thing is, they are all in the green, as if they're in a conspiracy. Still, this amazing piece of news doesn't really impress anyone that much. The guys are all confused as to what to do next. And I'm just waiting for answers. And hoping the commander, whom until recently I trusted implicitly, is going to be extremely persuasive in his reasoning.
Yeah, good luck. The guy is most likely just kind of brainwashed that enemies are everywhere. So yeah, good luck to hear good reasoning there.
Why the long faces?
We are at a crossroads, so to speak, where everybody can help but wonder, what next? Where do we go from here?
Yes, more or less what I expected from you. But you got the picture. So, is your counter functioning? Have you checked it?
Yes, it's all green. Double checked it. Stepan's in the green too. We don't need masks here.
So, they were telling the truth.
Who was telling the truth? Why won't you answer? Who were those people trying to kill us? Why would they shoot at you, the Order's commander? Explain something at least. You owe us that.
Well, I might as well drop the bomb now. The war did not end.
What do you mean, did not end?
Let me finish. Most of our cities are destroyed. The rest of the country is probably under enemy occupation. To avoid new nuclear attacks against us, Command chose the only viable course of action: to play dead. To ensure radio silence, the SHIELD system was created. A network of radio jammers covering Moscow and suburbs. So that some radio enthusiasts wouldn't bring more bombs down on our heads by whining on air. And it's one of these jammers that got disabled by the hands of those present here.
Could you not have shared that before? Say, before Artyom took that radio outside and caught all that radiation?
No! I only got briefed half year ago. Under a strict, you talk, you die policy. And then had to tell my people we were securing a weather station.
Sir, with all due respect, if we can't go back, maybe we should advance and move on?
I have an idea, but... Artyom, rather than carrying on with this silent disapproval of yours, check the airwaves. We should be out of the jamming range by now, so give it your best try. Look for transmissions from the Ark. Do you understand now why we are traitors in the eyes of Command? We shut down a jamming station, shot up the guards, destroyed a patrol train, and ran away from Moscow. Who even needs a trial when the case is so clear? There's no way back now. Which means we have to continue moving forward.
Command, what are you talking about?
The Moscow Defense Command. Have you ever heard of the Invisible Watchers?
I have, but they're just an urban legend.
Not at all. They are Command.
Are you sure they care for more than just protecting their asses? You mentioned the Ark. What's that all about?
If Artyom finds their signal, you'll figure everything out. Otherwise, there is nothing to talk about.
Do you think finding that Ark of yours is going to fix everything?
I do not. But if you have a better idea, then go ahead.
Yes, I do. We have to find a good place for people from Moscow, like Artyom always wanted.
Giving them all to the enemy? A grand idea. I say, we solve our problems before moving on to saving all Moscow. All right? How is it going, Artyom? Found it yet?
There's a whole world out here. A world where we could live.
So far, we only know one thing for sure. Radiation levels are nominal. The air is breathable. But what about the rain?
So what? You can't even breathe in Moscow.
So, does anybody live out here? We don't know. How will they treat us? I don't know that either. What would they do if they found out there are survivors in Moscow? Again, I don't know. Keep looking, Artyom. There's got to be a signal.
But we do know we've been lied to. For 20 years, we've been lied to. We know they've been killing people.
Collateral damage is inevitable in operations of such scale and secrecy. Yes, people have died, but the bombs killed tens of millions. Yet we are alive. We stayed alive throughout those years.
Artyom almost got killed. Is he just collateral damage too?
Guess what? Yes. If you have to choose between the life of a single man, no matter how dear he is to you, and the lives of everybody else, all the dwellers of Metro, then there's nothing to think about. Are you looking for it, Artyom? Come on, do your best.
Would you say the same about me?
And about myself, too. I've spent my whole life protecting the people of Metro. Do you get it? My whole life. And I wouldn't hesitate for a second. I'm prepared to do anything to ensure Metro survives. Even though they'd shoot me on sight if I returned now. It doesn't matter. Too many lives are at stake. Too many lives have already been sacrificed to hesitate now. Too many.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to. But we have to make up our minds. How will things finish for all of us if we start out lying to each other and arguing? We need to be better.
You ask me how things will finish. Well, let me tell you. It all depends on Artyom now. If he finds the frequency, if they are alive. Found it yet, Artyom? Please, try. It must be there.
That's really a lot amount of lines.
Nothing yet, Artyom. This signal has got to be there. Look some more. Are you looking for it, Artyom? Come on, do your best. Nothing yet, Artyom. This signal has got to be there. Look some more. Keep looking, Artyom. There's got to be a signal.
It's all the same message on the different frequencies. It's weird.
Are you looking for it, Artyom? Come on, do your best.
I found some music, guys.
Attention!
Wait a moment, what was that?
Special Restoration Committee speaking from the Ark Project base. Everyone who can hear me, everyone still...
Listen, everyone!
Proceed to the rally point. Rally point location is code 1811-79.
Alright.
Area 18-5.
Where was
I
that
repeat,
number supposed to...
proceed to the rally point. Rally point location is code
So it is somewhere around here. The Yamantau Mountain. So the route from here should go like this. This is our goal.
So, is this what you had in mind?
Yes, this is it. The Ark Project is a whole city underground. Enormous stores, machines, the best experts. It is the Commander General's HQ. All of the country's leaders are there. They have already started the restoration work.
Sounds too good to be true.
Alive. It wasn't all for nothing. Everything will change. Everything. Do you get it? A new life is starting for all the survivors of the war.
By the way, are there any single women in that place?
Great reaction. So I think the moment calls for... Bring it out, Damir.
Bring what out, Colonel? Sir?
That thing that's been sloshing about in your canteen. You think I'm deaf or what?
That. Just a moment. I thought my ears were deceiving me.
It's not a short trip to the Urals, so we should make ourselves comfortable, I guess. Let's name this bucket of bolts at the very least, eh?
It's about time.
Let's go around and be done with it.
Nah, go to hell. Even better. Oh, come on.
How about Aurora, the Roman goddess of dawn, and a cruiser of, you know what?
That's better.
Not bad. I like it.
Beautiful name.
Sounds okay, but the cruiser of what?
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Looks like it's decided. Let's trick
To Aurora. Hey, Artyom, let's take a look at that map.
All right, we had a round. That should be enough. Yermak, full steam ahead.
Aye.
Full steam ahead.
Wow, that's some distance. I wonder how long it will take. How are you, Alyosha?
Oh, Anna. I was expecting an arrow from a Cupid, but I got a bullet from an ugly motherfucker instead.
You sure you're okay? Because I know you.
Just so you know, scars attract the ladies.
And there's definitely a lot of those up ahead.
I don't need a lot, really. It's quality that matters.
Do we still have some action here?
Look, Artyom, you should at least get some of that fresh air. No mask. This is what you've always dreamed about. Andrei Ivanovich, how long have you been working with those jammer people for?
About a year, I guess. At first, they got me to sign up by singing of my experience helping people. Told me about weather stations and mutant migration observers. I was proud to be helping those. Then, about 2 months ago, they loaded a bunch of people onto my Aurora. The guards took them outside and came back alone. Told me they took the people to a nearby station, but I knew it had caved in years ago. A few days later, I was coming back from a run, stopped the train, went and found those people. Soon they understood I saw that ravine. Fed me the usual lies about the spies and whatnot.
Did you believe them?
Well, it sure seems safer to believe. But then, I just couldn't keep the charade up. Then the security officer told me straight. Whoever you speak to dies. The whole station dies with him if need be. So, that's how it went. But when I saw you, and then Artyom, I knew I wasn't alone anymore. You can't just keep these things in.
Now I understand why you helped us back then. Thank you.
Don't mention it. God willing, it won't end up being done in vain.
Yes. Have you ever taken a train beyond city borders?
No. Didn't get a chance to go. I used to be a metro train engineer. I worked on the ring line. Ha! What a bore that was. Going round and round all day, round and round. And no real distance either. It used to take less than 30 minutes to make the lap. So I kept dreaming about how good it would be to just leave the metro and work on a real railroad. And travel around Russia, not to run in circles like a rat in a maze. Eh? My wife wouldn't let me. We had kids, too. When I'd start going on about the railroad, about my dream, she'd stop sleeping with me for months in protest. Yes. But when Moscow got hit, my Tatiana and the little Sashenka were at home. I was working that day. Irishka was waiting for me in the metro, returning from cram school. So we survived together that day. But in the end, I lost her to TP. You know how it goes. So I'm driving here and talking to Tatiana in my head. See, I say, you couldn't stop me for good after all. Here I am, on a real railroad. A real engineer. Tanyusha. I'm sorry I got so emotional there.
Nah, that's understandable,
Oh,
man.
it's my fault. I'm really sorry. And thank you for telling me.
Hey, Artyom. Is there any music on the air?
My Anna, from the very beginning I thought I was not worthy of you. What was it? A nerdy guy from a... Oh yeah, that's a lot of war. A nerdy guy from a backwater station. A dreamer hearing voices in his head. An adventure seeker. And you? The most beautiful girl in the metro? The only daughter of the legendary Colonel Miller. The best sniper of the Spartan Order. But how did you put it? There were lots of hard-boiled guys around. God, how much have we been through together? We had our bright days and really dark ones. Our feelings would die out and rekindle again. I even tried to leave but couldn't go too far. You wanted a normal man, but you still accepted me as I am. You were the only one who didn't consider me mad when I spent days on the surface listening to the radio in fruitless attempts of receiving signals from the other survivors. You knew that every such sortie meant more radiation exposure for me and less chances for healthy children should we ever have them. And you would still let me go. You didn't prohibit me from dreaming. I always felt your gaze on me when you would carve me back in combat and when I would lose my way. I was always in your field of view. I always knew that nobody could ever replace you. My personal guardian angel of death. If this is not love, what is? Miller. Colonel Svetoslav Konstantinovich Melnikov, the founder and the permanent commander of the Order of Sparta. Miller picked and trained each Spartan individually. He was the only one to come to the rescue of my home station when we were under attack by the Dark Ones. He was the only one to stand between the communists and the Nazis and prevent the conflict which could well spell the ultimate end of our civilization. It was Miller who accepted me into the Order and blessed our union with Anna, his only daughter. I became his son-in-law, but could never amass the courage to call him dad, nothing but Colonel, with a sir of course. In the D6 defense, the Colonel lost his best fighters and his old self. Something is forever broken in him. He became cold, completely intolerant of any dissent. Sometimes I feel he's sorry he didn't object his daughter marrying me. He would have probably preferred Hunter as his in-law, but Hunter is missing, and I dragged his daughter into a maelstrom none of us might ever emerge from. Damir is probably the calmest of all the crew members.
That automatically makes us the best, I suppose. What's next on our program today? Ah yes, it's what you've all been expecting. The weather, as one would expect of early spring. We're currently seeing some southeastern gusty winds. And as it's been the case for the past 20 years, these winds are bringing, drum roll? No, not pleasant smells and good mood, but radioactive dust from the Moscow wasteland. So, if you're going out, it would be a good idea to dress according to the weather. A gas mask or full protective gear makes for a nice choice. If you decide to be risky, within a mere hour you could catch a cold in something around 2 by 4.5, around 70 or so microsieverts, which is nothing to sneeze at in my book. So, I urge you to exercise precaution, my dear listeners. Of course, if any of you are still tuned in after hearing such groundbreaking scientific insights. As for the rest of Russia, all we know is that for the most part it still exists. There are also people living in some places, apparently. As you have probably already surmised, my dear listeners, the bread of a weatherman is especially hard and salty with sweat and tears nowadays. For communications leave a lot to be desired. Still, there are some causes for a cautious optimism here. 15 years ago, there was nothing on the air. Nothing as in zip, nada. And now, there are stations popping up in places you'd never believe. I mean, 2 days ago, we received a transmission from the freaking Faroe Islands, for Christ's sake. And I'm not even lying. Now, who wants to touch me? In any case, the moral here is that there's still life on our old Earth. And it looks like we're going to stay here for a while longer after all. But let's wrap up this sidetrack and get back to weather. I completely neglected to report the most important piece of information I have in that regard. The one you're all so eager to know. So here goes nothing. The thermometer outside the studio's window currently says it's 6 degrees below zero, which is an outright luxury for eventually fallen junk, all things considered. It seems that the nuclear spring that's been hinted at since forever by every optimistically inclined forecast enthusiast out there has finally arrived. Incidentally, something else has just arrived too. It's time for an old record I have here.
Now it's a little bit distracting. Oh yeah, I can just do that, right? And then I can just do that. And that I can continue reading. Damir is probably the calmest of all the crew members. Damir is also extremely reliable. He'll always be there to help. He always does the hardest part of any job, goes on the toughest missions, and then instead of taking the well-earned respect and gratitude as one would expect, he starts blushing and saying he had nothing to do with the success and it all was just kind of happened that way. There is only one painful issue for Damir, and that's his name. Name given to him by his father, along with half of his blood. Damir can't forgive his father for leaving, going as far as to deny being his blood kin. Duke of Darkness, Igor Dukov, the youngest, the bravest and the craziest of us, some joined the order out of desperations, others to protect people from dangers, but Duke is just desperately in love with adventure. Whenever the colonel asks for volunteers, Duke is always first to shout me, no matter how hard and dangerous the mission ahead may be. A shame we don't have any medals in the order, otherwise Duke would be blasted with them. He keeps looking up to the more experienced fighters, competing with them for the most kills, missions and wounds. For some reason, he pays particular attention to comparing his achievements with mine. Perhaps it's because I am closest to his age. Anna once said about him, "Quit your whining, Artyom. There are people here who dream of becoming like you." About Duke. Was she right? The Aurora's permanent helmsman, Yermak knows her every detail down to the smallest bolt and feels every change in the work of any of her numerous and, truth be told, quite worn-out mechanisms with his heart. Yermak fit into our group so easily and naturally it seems he was with us since forever. And yet, Anna and I met him on a Hansic base, where Yermak first helped me find my wife and then led us in the hijacking of our beloved cruiser. Still, with Yermak's background, it's a small wonder he decided to leave Moscow with us. At the time of our meeting, we had only just learned of Hansa executing everyone trying to enter or leave Moscow, but Yermak has been living with this terrible knowledge for months. First out of fear for his daughter's life, then after she succumbed to her illness out of sheer hopelessness. But now he is free just like the rest of us, and if we ever come back to Moscow, we'll settle our scores with handshake leadership together. Yermak says that every man has a destination in life, a place where the fate leads him to, and whenever life becomes hard, sometimes unbearable so, I always recall his words, this might be the end of the line, but it is still not your destination. Get up, walk on. Idiot. Idiot chose his nickname out of natural humility, or perhaps simply in honor of one of Dostoevsky's characters. In fact, he is anything but, being the most educated and well-read soldier in the order. Landing the position of Milo's right-hand man back in the metro, the question is, what does he really know about the reasons for people being held in the tunnels? The war that could be still going on, as well as who is really in control of the metro. Idiot likes talking a lot, but he never actually says much, even if you push him. Save for his usual on one hand this could be true, while on the other, if you feel that the truth is close enough to touch, talk to Idiot. He'll confuse you completely in no time. One thing about him that I don't understand at all is what could he even be looking for fighting in the Order's ranks? Alyosha. The life of every party, an avid lady killer, favorite customer of the seediest joints of Цветной Boulevard, and our survival of the surface instructor. After only a cursory glance, he can correctly tell if an abandoned building can last for years or is ready to collapse onto your head at any lightest touch. Which ability saved him back in Moscow more than once. Alyosha is the only member of our crew seemingly taking our journey for an exciting adventure, probably in anticipation of new meetings, with representatives of the fair sex, of course. Sam. Sam is one of the Order's best. He might not be the strongest, fastest, or the best marksman we have, but he can certainly hold his own in a match with Spartan champions in each of these areas, and he definitely is the most unusual of us. Sam is an American, a Marine from the United States Embassy Guard detail who just happened to be in the metro when the Judgment Day came, eventually ending up as Colonel Milo's personal bodyguard. Sam had to sit the battle for D6 out on the account of staying in a hospital with a serious wound, and was really hard on himself for not being there to protect the Colonel when he was needed the most. As soon as he was back on his feet, still all bandaged, Sam would refuse to leave the Colonel's side no matter what. He wouldn't even let anybody else push Milo's wheelchair, even when Andrew the blacksmith made the amazing prosthetics the Colonel has been wearing ever since. Sam remained Milo's shadow and of course joined us aboard the Aurora. All of us, the crew members, are going somewhere, to some kind of destination as Yermak puts it, even though none of us know where that destination would be. Sam though seems to know the place. If the world outside of Metra is not wiped out, there must be survivors in the US. And Sam can't stop thinking about his parents, who might still be alive, waiting for their son. I wonder if he feels he's traveling in the right direction with us. Oh, that's a lot of text. Stepan. In day-to-day life, Stepan is so calm and nice, it's hard to believe he is a member of the Order. We are a military organization after all. Once you see that giant in battle though, you immediately see the reason for him being here. Stepan is completely fearless and amazingly strong. He handles a heavy machine gun as if it were a regular assault rifle. We are lucky to be on Stepan's side. Having him as an enemy would be a disaster. Tokarev, partial to the creations of the famous gun designer, he shares the family name with. He is a man in love with his craft. He is constantly busy with the crew's weapons, repairing, maintaining them, and making improvements. Tokarev knows everything there is to know about weapons, and even more, and can talk about them for hours, but is not really interested in much else. Still, he doesn't just care for our firepower, but also works on our gear, constantly adjusting and inventing new things, laboring day and night to make sure we all perform to the best of our ability without being hindered by inferior equipment. What would we do without him? On a side note, he seems to be quietly and hopelessly unrequitedly in love with my Anna. He's always worried about her, thinking of her, talking about her, but I can't even bring myself to feel jealous. Exhibition, my home station, now part of Exhibition Commonwealth. Together with Alexeyevskaya and Rishskaya, living there has been an uneven ride, but I still have fond memories of the time, even though Anna, my wife, would disagree. She positively hated it there, having traded the position of the Order's best sniper for everyday churros of a regular mushroom farm. The most powerful faction of the Metro, the Commonwealth of the Stations of the Ring Line, the soldiers in Hansa's employ enjoy the best pay and equipment, and thus are highly motivated to train and perform their duties exceptionally well. Making up in proficiency and skill for what they may lack in numbers, the only force to be objectively better than Hanseatic troops in terms of professionalism and training is the Spartan Order, which yours truly is honored to be a member of. As far as I was able to surmise from the Colonel's reluctant confession, Hansa is the vehicle of the Invisible Watchers, the real government of Moscow controlling all the factions from the shadows. They clearly have too much power to just leave and let leave, and thus engaged in some shady business, including the SHIELD project, designed to keep Moscow under an impenetrable blanket of radio jamming to prevent further nuclear strikes against the capital. The project itself would be a benevolent initiative, even if quite misguided, had it not been connected with mass murder of people coming into or trying to leave Moscow, as well as anyone and everyone learning anything about it. Anna and I were captured by their patrol after we saw the Aurora entering the city perimeter, and just for that terrible crime I was put to the gun. Anna's agony at the moment is something I will not forgive them for as long as I live. These annoying beasts hunt in packs, and if you see one, you'd better dispose of it immediately, otherwise it might howl and call in the rest of the pack, and it will howl as soon as it sees you. These giant flying mutants, comfortably occupying the position of the apex predator in the food chain of the poisoned wasteland stretching above the tunnels of Moscow Metro, have, thanks to their enormous physical strength, physical strength, speed and aggressive demeanor, successfully settled a huge territory. That is hardly surprising, as there are very few animals capable of even facing a demon, those that could fight it one-on-one and win, and even fewer and further between, while a demon can easily fly away from any of them. Luckily, because of these strengths, the demons, like the large birds of prey of the past, prefer to live and hunt alone or in very small groups, and thus do not present an immense threat to a careful traveler. The common dogs seem to be no match for the messed up world of the surfers, but they manage to survive despite being surrounded by mutants and human enemies, so they definitely are a threat to be considered, especially when you consider their keen senses and ability to easily alert their masters to your presence. A gas mask was vital. In Moscow you couldn't even hope to go outside without one, and it often came in handy even in the tunnels. Think of the mushroom fields, especially when the fresh fertilizer was being piled in. I had hoped I'd be able to get rid of it on the surface, but it looks like that was just a pipe dream. There are lots of places here where this stuffy thing becomes a necessity. The bracers all Spartans wear are not an important piece of armor, but still routinely save our lives. They are used to mount such vital pieces of equipment as Geiger counters, warning us of dangerous radiation hotspots, and watches, necessary for keeping track of gas mask filter usage. The watch is combined with another gadget that, despite its tiny size, is also vitally important: the light indicator. Many a time its blue light hinted me to find a better shaded hiding spot to remain stealthy. This piece of trench art I got from Sukhoi has been with me through a lot, but its value is far from just sentimental. I always rely on it whenever I need to start a campfire, find my way out of the dark tunnel by following the faintest draft, go through a spider-bug lair and want to get rid of the cobwebs, or simply need a backup light source. And it never fails. Sukhoi. It's not the bourbon, right? It's the other guy. The Spartan suit is not just uniform all members of our order wear. The suits provide a considerable degree of environmental protection which, when combined with the gas mask, allows Spartan to be reasonably safe during prolonged sorties to the surface. The suits also accommodate a modicum of armor and padding, ensuring, when combined with an armored vest, flexible and reliable protection that can be easily configured for heaviest of engagements or reconnaissance missions, when swiftness of movement becomes the main priority. Kalash. Despite the venerable age of this weapon, which before the Judgment Day had played a considerable part in hundreds of conflicts all over the world, its unparalleled reliability and considerable firepower makes it a prized possession in the tunnels of the metro, and of course, on the surface. A standard Kalash is simply a solid assault rifle with all its characteristic pros and cons, but thanks to the talent of Sparta's gunsmith and Tokarev personally, the model our order fields can accommodate a huge variety of upgrades, from extended magazine to various sights. Not only that, with a few simple operations and spare parts, it can be turned into a weapon of a different class, from a short machine pistol that excels at close range to a light machine gun. This does not mean that the underlying concepts simplicity and reliability have been sacrificed, either. Even though my Kalash is many years my senior, it saved my bacon on many an occasion and would shoot like nothing happened, even after taking a dip in the marsh. Weapons are something we people are definitely good at making. They will probably be ready to kill years after there remains nobody on the face of the planet capable of pulling the trigger. What would be the Achilles heel of a shotgun? The long reload cycle, perhaps, and to remedy that, it looks like the designers of this monstrosity was ready to sacrifice anything: reliability, simplicity, even the common sense. Still, in terms of sheer firepower, this cross between a meat grinder and a lawnmower is second to none, and Tokarev says that, despite its freakish looks, it won't explode in my arms in the nearest future. Of course, if I exercise necessary caution and clean it regularly. I guess I'll pretend I believe him. In the metro where ammo is worth its weight in gold, a weapon's reload speed is usually a distant second or even third priority, while its reliability and simplicity becomes critical. Humidity, dust, poor quality handmade ammunition. Pulling a revolver trigger the second time when it misfires is much faster than fixing a feed failure in an automatic pistol. And in the confines of the tunnels, enemy might deny you the time needed for that altogether. That's why the armory station started producing copies of ancient Nagan revolvers. Soon they learned that even 7 bullets sometimes are not enough to stop a charging Nozalis, so they had to switch for a more powerful and exotic for Russia .44 Magnum caliber. A hit with one of these is usually enough to kill a mutant on the spot. And that is exactly why such revolvers were a welcome addition to the Spartans' order arsenal. Besides, due to the fact that they retained the Nagan revolver gas sealing mechanism, they can be fitted with suppressors, and modifications introduced by our gunsmith let them accommodate any other add-ons, from carbine-type stocks to night vision sights. An improvised noise decoy attracts attention of humans and beasts alike with the loud rattling noise it produces. Makes sense. The perfect stealthy short-range weapon, the throwing knives are cold wrought by many a blacksmith throughout the metro from spring steel. And that was it for our diary, I guess. And we can also chug some booze, right? Oh, it seems to be done.
Artyom, a couple of words.
So you went on a fresh air to smoke.
Artyom, what's done is done. Yes, I didn't stop you from going outside. Yes, I tried to talk you out of it. Yes, I didn't tell you you're not the only ones to survive. But even I didn't have the clearance. And not back then. This is a state secret. Do you understand? I've been granted clearance only after a fight to protect the D6. They said they needed me to teach their recruits because the war was still on. Don't you think I was shocked? What did our people in D6 die for? What did I lose my legs for? But I understood. Because the war was still on. Security was paramount. Our people would have understood. So please, do the same. You would have spilled the beans to everyone in Metro. You're a goddamn Prometheus, a messiah. You must lead the people out of the caves. Do you think you would have saved anyone? Remember that jammer? What if Moscow has been found out because of you? What if there are missiles inbound? Anyways, no matter what they think of me, I'm no deserter and will never become one. I'm ready to bear full responsibility for everything. But if there is even the smallest chance to earn my pardon, I will take it. Which means that we, like a runner that tripped, need to keep running ever faster just to keep balance. And don't dare you trip us all over again. Am I understood? I hope I am. Anyway, at least now we know where to run. So, go back inside and take a look at the map. Our route is pretty obvious now.
And what if I stay? Hey, smoking is actually bad for you. And you're gonna stay here, right? So, like, I can go away, but you won't go away. Okay, seems like I can save my game. That is nice. And that means that I can also go and take a break. That was a lot of reading for the first episode. That was a lot of reading in general. I guess I am really poisoned and spoiled by the ability to speed up videos on YouTube and watching all the shorts and other stuff. So slow and thoughtful dialogues just bring me pain. I really want to just speed them up because yeah, I can read faster and I can process this kind of speech faster. That I don't have any complaints with. It's just like I'm listening to a single dialogue between two people. I don't struggle in this particular case, but I can't do anything with it. And yeah, I just want to like, okay, next one, next one, next one. And I like this ability, and yeah, it's not very good for immersion, but for now I'm trying to keep myself together. But but I really need to take a break. I need to update my tea before we can go forward. For now, however, thank you for staying with me. I hope you enjoy my company and my gameplay. If this is the case, then please leave me a like, subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, let me know down in the comments what I can improve for you. Hope to see you next time. Have a nice day out there, and bye.